Good Sunday. It is June 27th, and it has been a hot few days with temperatures right around 100 degrees through the Sacramento Valley area and the San Joaquin Valley, but we haven't reached those excessive heat points, and a lot of people still going out and trying to find spots where they can do activities and still be cool. This is a nice one. Yosemite Falls, sent in by Dave Powers. We'd like to see all of your photos. Send them in to us so we can get them on the air by uploading them on the ABC 10 app. Now, our highs yesterday were only right around 97 degrees in Sacramento, and you're saying it felt a lot hotter than that. I know I was thinking that when I was settling out in Rockland, but I was feeling the onshore flow humidity. I was thinking, you know what, it feels humid. It's a lot more humid than I'm used to it feeling, and that's because we got some of that breeze pushing through the delta, a low pressure system just offshore that brought in some moisture. It wasn't enough to create rain or anything like that, but bring in the winds and bring in a little bit of that humidity, and that really increase in humidity made it feel stickier, made it feel hotter than it was yesterday. Now to about 101 in Marysville, 95 in Auburn, as well as Jackson, Stockton, 96 in Modesto. Yesterday, the average this time of year is 91, so we're still above average, and we'll still be well above average for at least the next 6 to 10 day outlook as we continue to heat up on the West Coast. Now, it's not just us in Sacramento feeling triple-digit heat. We're also seeing a major heat wave across areas of the Pacific Northwest, and just north of Sacramento is where we start the excessive heat warning in effect, and areas of Portland and into Vancouver, Washington, areas of Seattle, all these places starting to break records, tie records, break their daily records, break their monthly record in June, and even breaking an all-time record temperatures ever recorded for areas like Troutdale, Portland Airport, Vancouver, Washington. All three of those spots, as of Saturday, broke their all-time records at about 108 and 109 degrees for some of those spots. So it's been very hot for the Pacific Northwest. That's usually dealing with temperatures even in the mid-60s to low 70s this time of year. They even get some of the rain this time of year in the end of June. And they usually tend to say that summer doesn't officially start till after the 4th of July. I've had many times being up there on the 4th of July, and it was actually raining. So you can see the comparison there. Now, Yuba City north is where we're starting to see along I-5 and areas just east of that, the excessive heat warning in effect. Now, this is going to last at least until Wednesday with temperatures as high as about 105 degrees and higher. We saw about 113 in Redding yesterday. And then we do have just off the coastline there that heat advisory for the coastal range. That is till 9 p.m. on Tuesday. Now, one more thing to add, this tan zone down there, that is a fire weather watch. Now, this is primarily issued because there could be some thunderstorm chances that push through, and this is going to expire here on Monday, 8 p.m. We could see thunderstorms, and when that happens, it could create any kind of fire danger, but it's mostly the outflow that comes from those thunderstorms, the strong wind that pushes down, along with potential lightning strikes that could spark and then carry fire. So there's just a watch in place there for areas of the South Lake Tahoe South. Now, hot temperatures are going to hover around the triple digits till July 1st. That's Thursday. Now we see the excessive heat for a prolonged period of time, at least 5 days, starting from yesterday through Wednesday. So 5 days there, and then breezy delta, that's going to limit temperatures from really pushing much higher than 100 degrees. So most of our temperatures will be right around 101, possibly 102, and lower to about the upper 90s until Wednesday, before we start to see those temperatures drop into those mid to lower 90s from Thursday, Friday. All right, the high pressure system that's currently in place, you can see it really capping over areas of Washington and Oregon, and that's where they're seeing the excessive heat. Still continues and carries on over into Northern California, the Siskiyou Mountain passes. They're seeing fires there near Weed as of yesterday that are starting up. So we are seeing some excessive heat, just not completely covering just one area, but over 7 states, including areas of Idaho down into Nevada, really covering most areas of the desert Southwest and even into Southern California. Now, that low pressure system that brought that onshore flow of humidity and winds yesterday, that does carry on today. We'll actually see a little bit of an increase in those winds and spreading of those winds. So not just through the delta and into Sacramento, but now we're going to see those winds even pushing further south for areas Stockton, Modesto, down into the Central Valley. You can see those winds picking up mostly through the coastal range with the colors in orange, yellow, as well as red there. Anywhere from 25 to 35 mile-per-hour winds are possible. And then we can also see about 10 to 15 mile-per-hour winds in the valley. So do expect that for the next couple of days, mostly picking up throughout the afternoon hours. We see them calm to light in the morning. Now, the 6 to 10-day temperature outlook, look at the west coast here. We're really shaded in that red zone. And this maroon color here, mostly taking up Idaho and Washington as well as Oregon. That area is seeing anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees above average. Meanwhile, the red and other shades of red here, anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above average. Orange, yellow, around 5 to 10 degrees above average temperature. So Sacramento's average this time of year, we mentioned, was 91. We're looking at about 98 to 100 today. We'll continue that trend until at least Wednesday, going right back up into those mid-90s pretty much throughout next week. So we'll still be above average even then. 100 in Sonora today, pretty much the same in Ione. 94 in Arnold. Nevada City, you'll be at about 98, 96 in Chester. The High Sierra, if you're heading up there for Tahoe the next 5 days, it's going to be very warm. Low 90s pretty much for the whole week. We'll start to hit the mid 80s to low 80s from Wednesday to Thursday. And if you really need a cool off, I would head over to the ocean. That's where you're going to find the mid 60s in San Francisco and 68 in Oakland, 90 though in Fairfield, 78 in San Jose. We'll see those upper 90s and low hundreds also for the San Joaquin Valley. But take a look at Patterson. This is also in a zone where they're seeing some areas of excessive heat from Patterson, Turlock south as well. And Modesto, Manteca, Tracy's all getting that nice delta breeze. Meanwhile, everyone south of Patterson still dealing with that excessive heat wave that's going to be happening for the next few days. 100 in Folsom, 101 in Roseville. They're not quite getting the extent of that delta breeze that everyone in Sacramento, Vacaville, Davis, Elk Grove, even Rio Vista, look at that at 89, getting that. So areas further east like Orville, 105, 103 in Yuba City, 107 in Colusa, hot there. All right, upper 90s to hundreds at least until Wednesday. Then we finally drop down to the low 90s on Thursday. We'll continue seeing that trend of mid to low 90s into the following week.